Guyana has been making significant strides in strengthening its AML-CFT regime after being blacklisted by the Caribbean Financial Action Task Force and the Financial Action Task Force. The government of Guyana has been commended by the chair of CFATF, Mrs. Rhondalee Braithwaite Knowles, as well as Executive Director Calvin Wilson, for the legislative and other mechanisms implemented.
Guyana has done a miraculous job, frankly, and I say to the Honorable Attorney General Williams all the time that his tenure in the CFATF has been meteoric, because effectively what he has managed to do in a very, very short space of time for Guyana to get Guyana out of the jeopardy that it was in the third round is, quite impressive.
Guyana is due for mutual evaluation in 2022. In the meantime, the Attorney General has said that steps will be taken to strengthen high-risk areas. Mrs. Braithwaite Knowles believes that the implemented measures have put Guyana forward, and as Deputy Chair for 1 year of the CFATF, the country has capitalized on the opportunities, placing it in a better position.
A lot of legislative and administrative work is ongoing, and litigation and forfeitures and other things you might have observed is ongoing now, because Guyana is effectively preparing itself for the mutual evaluation which is to come in the next couple of years. So, we're pleased with the work and the progress that is going on in Guyana.
Her sentiments were supported by Executive Director of CFATF, Calvin Wilson, who advised that Guyana continues along its current path by completing all the necessary work to help the country to become compliant with all 40 recommendations of the CFATF.
Collate the data, because the fourth round is based upon effectiveness, and so there's a need for data to underpin what the country says in terms of how effective their regime is functioning, and that's very important. And we know that it's a challenge around the region in terms of collating data. We found that the data capturing mechanisms, not only in the region but around the world in other big countries, there are challenges there. So Guyana need to pay a particular attention to their data capturing mechanisms, and also educating all stakeholders, right across the board, both public and private, in terms of the requirements of the 40 recommendations.
Representatives of member countries of the Caribbean Financial Action Task Force are presently in Guyana for the 46th plenary and working group meetings, as each country works towards strengthening its anti-money laundering and countering the financing of terrorism regime.